students, on your popular demand, here is lesson number 11, that is prepositions of our new grammar plus class 7th. आपको पता है prepositions क्या होते हैं? Prepositions होते हैं, they are placed before a noun or a pronoun to show the relation with other words in the sentence. In, on, under, of, with, since, for, to, though, नहीं, between, among, these all are prepositions. एक prepositions का बहुत अच्छा मेरा शॉर्ट है, तो वो शॉर्ट्स का जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में डाल रही हूँ, उसका लिंक आप ज़रूर एक बार देख लेना, बहुत ही अच्छे से आपको क्लियर हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो शुरू करते हैं. फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स टू आंसर दीज क्वेश्चंस. वेयर वुड यू सी वेल्स? इसमें इन्होंने प्रपोजिशन ऑलरेडी हमें लगा रखी है. इन ओशियन, सीज, रिवर्स. वेयर डू वी टाई? wear a tie around. Around is a preposition. Neck. Where is W placed on the keyboard? जब दो चीज़ों के बीच की बात हो रही थी, between Q and E. How do we separate pulp from juice? Through juicer. Where is the river flowing? Under the bridge. How does Firoz like to eat noodles with forks? ठीक है, सो जो भी कलर्ड वाले हैं ये सारे prepositions, ऐसी बहुत सारे prepositions होते हैं. शुरू करते हैं अपनी एक्सरसाइज. टेक द पेंसिल इन योर हैंड्स. वन डे अ लिटिल लैम्ब फॉलोड ईना फ्रॉम द ऑर्चर्ड टू द स्ट्रीम. ऑर्चर्ड होता है बगीचा जिसमें कि फल लगे होते हैं. ईना सैट बिसाइड द रोज बुश एंड द लिटिल लैम्ब ऑल्सो सैट नेक्स्ट टू हर. ईना वॉच्ड द बर्ड्स फ्लाइंग टूवर्ड्स द ट्रीज. A few were getting into their nest. Ina felt it was time to her to return home too. She got up and stepped on a big rock from which she could jump across the stream. As Ina reached the other side, she looked back. She saw the little lamb trying to balance itself on the pebbles and stones in the stream. It had an imploring look in its eyes. As soon as the lamb stamped at the bank, Ina lifted it into her arms and hugged it. She decided to take it home and keep it in the shed next to her cottage. Next says second one. There is a new bridge that has been built right across the river near our village. The gushing river flows under the bridge. Children who walk on the bridge like to stop midway and look at the flowing river. Sometimes they see ducks wading through the water and they throw pieces of bread in the river. Into the river आएगा. The ducks swim towards the food that they find floating on the surface of the water and happily peck at it. Peck is चोंच मार देना. Fill in the blanks with correct prepositions. There are extra prepositions in every box. British navigator and explorer James Cook was born on, days और dates के लिए on आता है, 1978 in the village of Marton in Yorkshire. Second, he was about 19 years old when he first went out to sea in a boat carrying coal to England and Baltic ports. Later on, during his term of naval officer, he was chosen to command a scientific expedition in the Pacific. One of the tasks given to him was to observe the passing of the planet Venus across the face of the sun. Fifth, after that he was expected to explore the great southern continent that lay to the south. Sixth, on one of his voyages he discovered that scurvy could be prevented by cleanliness and by including fresh fruits and vegetables in the sailor's diet. Question number C. Put a slash in each sentence where the preposition can be added. जहाँ पे insert कर सकते हो वहाँ पे एक slash लगा दो. ठीक है. The bowler sailed down the river. Grandma carried her purse under her arm. My father's officer is above the National Bank. Office, sorry. Cut the cake into 4 large slices. We climbed up the hill slowly. Shaker is confident about winning the tournament. The movie was based on the famous novel by Colin McCullough. Somesh did not abide by his promise to complete the project on time. We hosted a birthday party for Grandma on the terrace of our house. The auditorium is situated at the other end of our school. Fine. Rewrite the sentences correctly. The train passed on a tunnel. On is wrong here. Through a tunnel. There were people on the ambulance. On माने ambulance के ऊपर ऊपर थोड़ी होंगे अंदर होंगे ना अंदर के लिए we use in. They live at रेडियल स्ट्रीट पर कोई नहीं रहता ऑन आएगा यहाँ पर. कैन आई पे फॉर द बुक्स ऑन क्रेडिट कार्ड? नहीं ऑन नहीं बाय क्रेडिट कार्ड. Question mark in the last. Jagdish had been working behind a long time? No, over a long time. Sonia is married with Vikas? Nahi, married to Vikas. I'm scared for spiders? No, of spiders. There were many topics to be discussed on the meeting. To be discussed in the meeting. On the meeting, nahi. The bucket has been kept in the bathroom floor? Nahi. The bucket has been kept on the bathroom floor. Gaurav sleeps through the window of his room open? Nahi, nahi, nahi. Gaurav sleeps with the windows of his room open. 11th, divide the notebook across your classmates? Nahi, nahi, nahi. Among your classmates. 12th, we travelled on my uncle's car? We travelled in my uncle's car. और यहाँ पे ये भी एरर है in our uncle's car होगा. Ravi waited for us on the station? नहीं at the station. Particular place के लिए at आता है. We played cards at the trains? नहीं 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 in the trains. I am looking to my book? No no no. I am looking on my book. I am looking for my book. The rest of the children are coming by foot? नहीं नहीं नहीं. The rest of the children are coming by foot. ठीक है ये तो it's correct. My grandparents will come either on air or on train. नहीं either by air or by train के द्वारा. 18th, I always keep a glass of water from me? मैंने स्टडी नहीं beside me. मैंने स्टडी या when we had a lot of fun in the museum beside learning about dinosaurs. No no no. We had a lot of fun in the museum besides learning about dinosaurs. There is a preposition missing in each line. Identify the missing preposition, put a slash in its place and write on the blank. Football is a football game that is played on a table. 8 rods with handles at one end of each rod. They are inserted at equal intervals through the holes of the table. THROUGH. There is a goal at each end of the table. 26 plastic players are attached to the 8 rods. The table are built with difficult spacing between the players. Among the players. यहाँ पे among आएगा. Each team uses the handle to move their players and strike the ball into the opposite team's goal. The game is fast and funny and can be played with friends and family. You can play for years and never get bored. बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक अब हमारे बीच आ चुका है जो होता है यूज़ ऑफ सिंस और फॉर। आपको पता है इसमें क्या डिफरेंस है? द प्रेपोजिशन इज यूज्ड जब सिंस की बात करते हैं टू इंडिकेट द टाइम जब एक्शन शुरू हुआ था। सिंस इतने बजे से, सिंस इतने टाइम से, सिंस इतने मंथ से, जब आपका वो टाइम ड्यूरेशन आपको पर्टिकुलरली पता हो। और जब पर्टिकुलरली टाइम ड्यूरेशन नहीं पता हो कि लगभग पता हो, तब फॉर आता है। ये छोटा सा डिफरेंस है। फॉर 2 years आई हैव बीन स्टडिंग इंग्लिश फॉर 2 years, मतलब आई हैव बीन टीचिंग इंग्लिश फॉर 2 years। वो कौन से 2 years थे ये पता नहीं है। शी इज़ बीन प्लेइंग सिंस 2 o'clock, 2 बजे से पढ़ रही है। तो पर्टिकुलर टाइम है, प्ले कर रही है, उसका टाइम है, तब वो सिंस आएगा। जब लगभग लगभग होता है तब फॉर आता है। ठीक है, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होते हैं ये। शुरू करते हैं। फॉर द नेक्स्ट 5 years, आपको पता नहीं ना वो 5 years कौन से हैं। देयर विल बी नो इलेक्शंस। वी हैव नॉट सीन हर फॉर अ वीक नाउ। इट हैज़ बीन अ ईयर सिंस आई वेंट टू कटक। Mary has been taking Tamil classes for 2 years. I have been working on this painting since spring. Spring say. It has been 2 years since we upgraded your computer. For many years we have been trying to get the president to grace a function. Grandpa has had his car since particular देखो time given है यहाँ पर 1985. We have known our neighbors for ages. The typist has been at work since 8 o'clock. Mrs. Das has been working in that company for a long time. Sneha has not taken any holidays since the beginning of the season. We have not visited Uncle Chopra for the past 6 months. For how long have you been waiting outside the doctor's clinic for? ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं जी एक्सरसाइज पर। बेटा वीडियो पसंद आती है तो अपने दोस्तों को भी बता दिया करो ना कि यहाँ पर चैनल पे आंसर्स मिल जाएंगे। क्या अपने आप करके बैठ जाते हो? आप शेयर करो मैम को, मैम की वीडियोस को प्रमोट करो बेटा अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ। आपकी क्लास में सब बच्चे यही बुक यूज़ करते हैं ना, तो वाई डोंट यू प्रमोट द वीडियोज़? एज आई एम हेल्पिंग यू, यू मस्ट हेल्प मी, डोंट यू? G exercise. Rewrite these sentences using since or for with the alternatives in the box. I haven't seen Mayor. I haven't seen Mayor since Christmas. Christmas से particular given है. I haven't seen Mayor for 3 days. They have lived in Chennai since 1990. Particular time दे दिया. They have lived in Chennai for the last 10 years. It has rained in the Thar Desert since 1994. It hasn't rained in the Thar Desert for more than 5 years. We haven't been to Bangalore for 3 years. We haven't been to Bangalore since April. Karthik has not watered the plants since Friday. Karthik has not watered the plants for 2 days. The baby has been sleeping since morning. The baby has been sleeping for 10 hours. Mrs. Bhati hasn't been attending office since August. Mrs. Bhati hasn't been attending office for more than a week. Tanya has maintained a diary for 3 years. और particularly जब हमें दे रखा है तब since आएगा. Tanya has maintained a diary since she was 10 years old. Tim has been a student of this college since March. Tim has been a student of this college for over 3 months. Mr. and Mrs. Das have been married for more than 6 decades. Mr. and Mrs. Das have been married since the time India became independent. Fine. आप थोड़ी सी प्रैक्टिस के क्वेश्चंस हैं, खुद करोगे या मैं ही करा दूँ? चलो मैं करा देती हूँ. My grandparents live in the bungalow on that street. As soon as I sat in the school bus, I remembered that I had left my lunch box on my desk. I always make sure I wear the seat belt when I am in a car. The school was planning to take us on a trip on air, but we are going by a train. ट्रिप बाय एयर होगा, दोनों में बाय आएगा. विल यू प्लीज सेंड दिस पार्सल टू माई आंट एट, एड्रेस दे रखा है. डेलनाज एक्सीडेंटली knocked down the glass that was lying beside her elbow. Mandeep is going to visit his cousins who live in Hyderabad. He hasn't met them since they came to Delhi in 2010. He will be traveling to Madhya Pradesh for 2 weeks. We have been looking forward for the holy get-together after the exams ended. We plan to host it in Garima's house. We have already bought organic colors for the festival. The cow jumped over the fence to graze in the grassy pasture under the bridge. तो ये कंप्लीट हो चुकी है हमारी प्रेपोजिशंस. कंजंक्शन करनी है तो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलेंगे. तब तक आप फटाफट अपने दोस्तों को मेरी वीडियो शेयर कर दो. ठीक है, बाय बाय.